Welcome on into Three Girls, One Office, where we tackle life's ups, downs, and all arounds right here live in the Westchester studios. We are tackling some big stuff today, and we have a great guest that is running with our entrepreneur series, which we're super psyched about. We are here live with myself, Steph, and Dee. Steph's going to take us right in to what we've got going on.
Right. Well, we're here at Westchester Studios, where we record just about every week or every other week. We love it here. This is the premier place to record your podcast if you're in Westchester or close by. And they also have a King of Prussia studio that just opened recently. Mm-hmm. So definitely contact Matt if you're interested, because he will make your dreams come true. Mm-hmm. So today we have a very special guest, as Jen said. This is for our entrepreneur series. We have a very popular chef, business owner in the Westchester area. His restaurant has been named to Open Table's Top 100. I'm assuming you know this, right?
I heard that.
Okay. Okay. And let's introduce Andy Patton, chef owner of Spence Cafe.
Yay. Welcome.
Thank you very
Welcome,
much. Happy
Andy.
to be here.
So, obviously we've been kind of chatting with you earlier today about all the things we want to know, but I think we should start with Jen here and Andy have a history, and Dee and I don't know what it is yet. So we want to know, how did you two meet, first of all, and then let's get into the timeline of opening Spence.
Well, I'll just say how it happened, and then you can.
Okay, correct you.
No, so when I opened up my first restaurant, I was probably 25 or 4. I'm not even sure. I was pretty young, but one of my first employees was Jen.
That's right. Yep.
She was a new student down at the college, I think.
Yes, I was. Okay. And the greatest server. Thank you very much.
I had no idea even what I was looking for in employees. So she fit right in.
What she set the bar.
Yeah, she fit right into. I had no expectations.
Okay.
But it was just a real little small, 20-seat place with, I didn't know what I was doing, breakfast and lunch, and then we switched to dinner a couple days a week, and that became real popular, and that's kind of why I still do. I'm currently only doing dinner, but that's probably why, because that's where I think I have the most impact and where, I think you can make the most money.
Does it make you do you enjoy that type of cuisine? Some people are breakfast people, some people are lunch, some dinner.
Yeah, I mean, I like to cook everything, but just think business model wise.
Yes.
If you're going to put the effort in, you might as well get to charge
dinner prices.
Sure. Because usually what I end up doing, at lunch, I used to always think I should be getting more for this because of I eat out and I know what you normally get for. At this time, you can only get $10. When I first started doing stuff like that, that was high for lunch.
Yeah, times have changed a bit, but
that's true. I think what was unique about the original restaurant or the restaurant that we met at, was that it was more like a boutique breakfast and lunch place, which was really cool. And at that time in Westchester, there wasn't a lot of that going on. So that was really cool. And then, it kind of launched you in other things.
It had been like a little bit of a diner-ish kind of thing. And then when the landlord who brought me in actually had classed up the place a lot.
Okay.
And so I was able to to really charge more money, and not just charge more money, but I attract a different kind of clientele.
Sure.
For sure.
Coincidentally, it is trickled down to now my daughter works for him occasionally.
Oh,
so
my
isn't that
gosh.
funny?
That.
She
It's a
does.
family affair.
Family
She does.
Family affair.
Is she better?
Yeah, who's a better
No.
waitress, Maya or Jen?
Yeah.
Well,
No, this is a safe space.
I mean,
Go ahead.
If Maya's going to hear this, then I would have to say, Maya. But
Since you're with Jen.
they are a little different, but they're a lot the same too.
Yeah.
So Maya, of course, thinks she's the perfect employee.
Okay.
And she is. Next to me.
She is. She actually. It's amazing how quick Jen and Maya have picked up that kind of business, and they're really good. Customer service.
Yeah.
And
They're hardworking. They're
This is what
hardworking
we
women.
coached him on before.
People love Maya, and she's one of the fill-ins, and a lot of times my customers like to see the same people, so they've accepted her.
Okay.
I
For
like
sure.
it.
Yeah.
So tell us. Okay, so you owned did you say the name of the restaurant? Or,
Spence Cafe?
no.
It was
yeah.
Market Cafe.
Yeah, Market Cafe.
Cafe.
So what then led to Spence Cafe? Because that started in 1996, correct?
So after 3 years on Market Street, we moved to Gay Street, and it had been like a bagel place, which was
Okay.
way too big. But so the landlord at the time, Stan Zukin, had said, "Why don't you go to the Historical Society and see? I think this building used to be a restaurant like way back and all this stuff." So,
Okay.
and I was looking to do seafood kind of theme, and so when I got to the Historical Society, there was all this stuff about Spence being an old oyster house and in the 1800s, and it had like a ladies' saloon upstairs, and we were, opened up BYOB, but we eventually got a liquor license. It all just kind of worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
History-wise, which Westchester, especially back then when I started, that was people were really talking about history a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love just like High Street, Gay Street, it's a beautiful part of town.
The town, and it's come so far, but it was great, in 1996, but it's got so much better now with
Oh,
that
my
new
goodness.
hotel on the corner, and
For sure.
really, really great. And people, the home prices reflect that, and the way people come into town. I'm amazed still that people come like to spend the weekend in Westchester, like from.
Yeah.
But they do. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
It's so charming. And I was thinking, like, if you have a child in college there and you're not from this area, like, you come, you get
What a great place.
Yeah, it'd be a great place for a
Right.
weekend. Because usually on parents' weekend type of things, your kid only wants to hang out with you for so long, then they ditch you. So the parents have a nice restaurant to go to, nice hotel.
And just walking around the town.
Yeah,
It's just beautiful.
just so charming and.
I think too, with what your business does so beautifully, is that you attract a certain customer, of course, but you also have so many regulars. Like when you go in there, everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
It's incredible to see, and it really does kind of give me, when I'm in there, that hometown sort of community feel. I would imagine that with being a business owner and with competition out there, like what do you find are like your biggest struggles in terms of maintaining your current clientele and then also getting new customers?
Well, we definitely love to see new people.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody go there.
Right. But regulars are the backbone of
course.
any business. But specifically, what I do, BYOB, it's kind of like a little bit of a niche or whatever. But it just seems to attract a similar kind of people, and it's a little more upscale. But then it's like an upscale people that are a little more, maybe I don't want to say thrifty, but they're
A laid back upscale.
yeah,
like
you
A
know,
laid back,
it's
comfortable,
casual.
comfy,
Yeah,
a
It's
comfortable.
casual, and they do
upscale.
I'm always shocked. People are, see each other at other tables, and even if they didn't know each other, a lot of times people get to know each other just because they sat next to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have people that are in there every week, twice a month is kind of a normal thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
even if they didn't. But a lot of North End people live in that neighborhood. It's a big neighborhood kind of place. People walk
Right.
up a lot. So
I love a BYOB.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think especially people that love wine, that maybe have a collection of wine, they can look
Exactly.
at your menu before and say, oh, like my stepdad is like a wine fanatic. So I know him. He would research the menu and he would pick wines that would go perfect with everything.
Right, so it gives you an opportunity
Yeah.
to use your stuff, and also like people, it's definitely a four-top, where it's two couples that haven't seen each other for a long time, and
Yeah.
somebody wants to show off, like you said, their
A
wine
little
collection.
wine. Try this or
And we try to accommodate that as best we can in
Right,
terms
right.
of glassware, and I like to think the servers know a little bit about
Yep.
stuff, but
Yeah.
mostly it's people that want to, showcase their wine.
okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
no,
I
it's
think
great.
too, your staff is so welcoming, like all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
Chris, Gina, all the ones that I know for sure. But like, I
Maya.
mean, they're. But I mean, honestly, your regulars, your staff, I think is so inviting. And when you talk about upscale, you may think like, oh, it's stuffy, and it's none of that. Like because
Right.
of the atmosphere you created and your staff creates, I think it's just so welcoming.
Well, Gina's been there 10 years. The
Yep.
whole time I've been in this
Amazing.
location,
She's
10
amazing.
years. 10 years where I'm at. I guess that'll be 10 years in November, end of November. But she's been there the whole time. And so, people know her as much
Yeah.
as, more than they know me, the people out front,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than walking into a restaurant and not feeling like
welcomed.
like they want you, like you're bothering them.
Yeah.
It's like that is so off-putting to me.
I
It's
agree.
such a family vibe.
Yeah.
Like, even though, none of you guys are related, but it is
No,
but
but
you've
yeah.
been
We
together
treat
for
it
so
like
long.
that.
It's like,
Yes.
Sure.
So in terms of like, why are all of our phones
Is that
going
you?
off? Yeah. and I
Answer
haven't
it. Answer it on air. Let's gotta be good.
Who is it? Say
My
we're
cousin.
recording.
It's my cousin Linda. Hello.
Hi, Linda.
But no, I was going to say, like, in terms of being in this town, and you've seen it, we've all seen it grow incredibly, especially over the
Yeah.
last 15 years, right? But being a business, like, in this borough, like, how do you feel like, what are the biggest pressures, I would say?
Well, I mean, right now, I know parking is a huge thing. I mean,
Yeah.
and that seems like dumb, but
It
it gives people
Sure.
a bad feeling about getting in their car and coming in and not being able to find a spot. They have a reservation at a certain time.
Yeah.
Little
Which,
added stress.
which we appreciate when you're on time for. And if they can't find parking, or they can't figure out the parking app, it's often that's part of the problem.
but they just switched, I think.
Yeah.
Back to the old one. I think.
I've heard horror stories about, not horror stories, but,
Yeah.
stories where
It's difficult.
the old app is still accepting money. Somebody told me that yesterday. So they think they paid it.
Park
but
in the
they're-
garage around the corner.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
not
whole
hard.
nother
It's so
podcast,
close- You're so
honest to
close to the
God.
parking garage.
Right. So a lot of people park in the parking garage.
That's what I do.
But even there, they just keep changing everything, and I get
Okay.
it. Change is hard, and I'm sure they're doing
And
their
technology
best.
is hard.
Yeah.
They certainly want the revenue, so I'm sure they're doing their best to get it right. But when people can't have to download an app or something
Yeah.
to park, it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's tough. It's I do miss the old way of parking, and I have the app.
But
I just-
other than that, I think customers sometimes have an idea of what they want to eat, or they
yeah.
try to change a few things here and there, which we don't. We're certainly accommodate everybody, but
Right.
I think people are sometimes their own worst enemies, and we have to deal with allergies. You're dealing with
Yeah.
Westchester has a large population of people with celiac disease.
Yeah,
which
I
I think is
think
probably
the
the
world
biggest
does now, yeah.
biggest in the country. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Really?
What? What a fact.
On that note, could we touch on the menu, like your ingredients? Because I know,
Yeah.
like, you do
And
some special.
And I do have a lot of gluten-free stuff because that's
Okay.
kind of what goes on. But
Yeah.
again, if you're severely, I have a small kitchen. There's me,
To
myself.
keep everything separate
Yeah.
is probably hard, right?
Very hard, and shellfish allergies. My menu is shellfish all over it.
Yeah.
So at 7:00 on a Saturday night, you're like, what? I mean,
Like,
I
I'm
can
doing the
stop
best I
everything.
can.
So right, I don't want to kill anybody.
Okay.
And it's just me and one other guy. Blaze is the other chef in there, and he does more than 50% of the work for sure. So we just try to do our best.
Okay.
Right.
That's all you can do.
So Jen was just asking about the menu, and that's what I'm curious about that too, because I really do look at. And I was saying before we went on air, I said to Andy, I've been watching The Bear lately, so I see like I don't know if that's accurate at all, but it's an art form.
Yes.
Food and like what goes in, it's very creative, and knowing like flavors and what's local and what's in season. Is that like what goes into your thought process?
I
when
think
you're
that part of the
creating?
bear is pretty accurate. A lot of
Okay.
the other stuff, obviously, is kind of manufactured
It's a little
drama.
intense.
A lot of stuff happens in the in the locker room over there.
Yeah.
I don't have a locker room.
Okay.
If I had a locker room, I'd put more tables in there. But yeah, food-wise, and we're not open for lunch, and so we are just in there all day,
Creating.
making sure we have all the stuff we need. You're trying to order the best food. Westchester has a growers market on Saturday. I always hit that up and do something definitely from there. Incorporate that for Saturday nights.
Okay.
But fish-wise, I use Andy Gadaletto,
Yeah,
a local
yeah.
guy,
That's right near
for
my
most
house.
of my stuff. He's really good about getting, telling me what's coming up or different kinds of fish.
Okay.
Am I sometimes unsatisfied? The whole world,
Yeah.
everybody's just trying to make more money. So sometimes your selection is limited, so you have to be more creative with different fish. But right now, it's soft shell crab season. I do a lot of that kind of stuff. So you just have to constantly, you got to be there. So we spend all day, preparing for that evening's
Okay.
dinner service.
Yeah.
Making sauces, making whatever, and then we're only open 4 days a week.
Okay.
So, every week we start over on Wednesday.
So you have a new menu? Do you have a new menu?
Well, we have this same
How
menu, but
often?
we run specials every night.
Okay.
Thursday night we have that tasting menu, which does change every week, which is like kind of like a restaurant week.
Okay.
A mini version of Restaurant Week that we never stop doing. So we
I
just
love that.
always do
I want to
that.
come for that. That looks
Yeah.
great.
We got to go in.
Yeah,
That
we're
is,
going to go in for that.
Been super popular. I'm shocked. Everybody who works there takes credit for that idea. So I
Okay.
don't
It's a
even know.
great idea.
Yeah,
Your staff,
it
I
is a
give them
great
credit.
idea.
Whoever's idea it was.
And everything, what I love is that you curate these meals and all the ingredients are fresh, which is something that you don't always get. Especially if you're a regular, you know what you like, and to have that menu on the menu and be fresh every single time is
Yeah.
pretty special. So
We try to cook. Everybody says they cook from scratch. I would think most people do in a restaurant, but you can buy anything today too. So
Yeah.
you'd be surprised what comes in. On a truck. We try to limit that as much as possible.
Right.
We're on the internet looking at recipes and trying to hit hot trends or sauces
Yeah.
or TikTok recipes.
That must be, is it fun? Because I love food. So
It is fun.
to be tasting, and
It is
it's
fun.
like a laboratory.
And the best, you have somebody's doing all the dishes, like you can make a mess and you just,
Yeah.
hand that off to
I
somebody,
like that.
start over.
I like that.
So it's a grind sometimes too, but
Yeah.
we do catering, we do other things that can kind of stretch out the week a little bit.
Okay.
But
yeah.
All right.
for the most part, we're concentrating on
Okay.
making good food for dinner.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy is it fun? Is it fun as it look? I know
yeah.
it looks intense.
Yeah.
Running a kitchen in a busy night, but
Yeah.
do you enjoy it? Do you like the adrenaline rush of it?
Certainly. No,
It's work. It's
Yeah.
work. Right?
you appreciate when it's over too. But
Yeah.
no, definitely, I wouldn't have been able to do it for this long.
Right. Did you always want to be a chef?
That was my question.
Yeah.
Not really. I always loved the restaurant business. I always wanted to, own a restaurant. I didn't really probably think about how much work it would be. I always did cook. I came up at all these kind of fine dining restaurants in town, Dilworthtown Inn, General Warren Inn. So I worked in a lot of those
Yeah.
kitchens, and I was just amazed by how all these people can come together, and I thought that was great.
Yeah.
The collaboration that it takes and the number of people that have to run a dinner service is crazy. And everybody has to work together. So
Yeah.
I always liked that part of it, and I always wanted to do that. I didn't know that I'd be cooking
Okay.
full time
Okay.
every night. And there's been years when I haven't. We were on Gay Street for 12 years. When I had a bar and stuff, I was able to
Be front
get
the
out of the
house.
kitchen and
Yeah.
maybe afford to have somebody. But now I don't feel like I would be doing anything else besides
Okay.
what I'm doing.
I love that.
Me too. Me too. I know we all. Did you have a question?
I just
didn't want to cut you off.
No, it's okay. What does success look like for you now versus what you thought it would look like for you way back when you first started?
Well, I thought like any probably young person does it. That you can. I wanted to have multiple locations and be calling in from my yacht,
Yes. Yes.
making sure everybody made it to work and stuff like that.
I
but
love it. I love it.
But no, now success just looks like paying all your bills and being able to take care of your employees and take care of your family and have some time off. We're only open 4 days a week, so full time. We do other things to stretch that week out. But to have 2 or 3 days off in this business, I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Good.
For sure.
Can you define one thing that kind of sets your restaurant apart from anything else out there? Because it is definitely unique in many ways. But what do you think sets it apart from all the others?
Well, I do think it's more like I said, the food that I grew up around in these. They used to call it continental cuisine or whatever, but it's like just fine dining that used to be in Westchester all the time. So I try to present those kind of dishes and that kind of food in a more casual
Okay.
setting, so that all those places used to be coat and tie and everybody was dressed up. It was special occasion only.
Right.
So we try to make it so it's in every you could come
Anytime.
every week or whatever. You don't have to have a special occasion. It's just a nice dinner out,
Yeah.
date night,
Sure.
Stuff like that. That's what we kind of think we concentrate on. But yeah,
So we could wear jeans or be comfortable.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't have to wear a ball gown or anything.
Right. Sometimes a ball gown's fun to go out in.
But we could wear that if we wanted to.
We say casual but neat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Casual but neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't come in your sweatpants, but
Yeah.
be comfortable.
We try. I mean, today it's hard to tell people what to do, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
we like to.
Well, you have to set the bar somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
casual but neat, it means a lot of different things. So.
It definitely
nice.
does. And people don't know. They could say, "Well, I thought this was casual but neat."
Yeah.
When they come
Exactly.
in their flip-flops.
Or it could start out
yeah.
casual and then
Summertime.
become not neat after a couple bottles of wine.
Right.
So, like, when you're looking to, so seasonally or whatever, you're changing the menu or creating these specials, like, what are some things that have inspired you? Like, have you traveled a lot and gone places and thought this would be perfect for my restaurant, something like this?
Well,
or-
definitely. Whenever I go anywhere, that's the first thing I do is try to check out what the best restaurants that
Yes.
kind of would inspire me, or
Yeah.
but certainly flavors. The internet today, you could find anything on there from how to make Jamaican jerk to how to make just like anything. Literally, and if you know what you're doing and you have the tools and the ovens and the equipment, like literally, I can go online and find anything, and I can usually recreate it.
Okay.
So it's sorry to say, but the inspiration does a lot of time come just from
the
your
internet?
phone. I mean,
I know. Well, you know what? We're busy people, so sometimes if that's
there's
we
a lot
can't
of,
all go to Europe
Well,
every
it could
week.
spark
Right.
creativity too. I mean,
Totally.
that's the beauty of it.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I'm always interested in what other places are doing, and different styles of cuisine. I try to, make it so that I can use all different flavors. We use a lot of Asian flavors, a lot of.
Love it.
In the summertime, we certainly use a lot of island type flavors, a lot of fruit, fish sauces,
hungry
like
right
stuff,
now.
I know.
or
sounds
sauces,
amazing.
fruit sauces on fish.
Yeah.
And,
That sounds amazing.
yeah, and I also think that the kind of food I do maybe it goes in and out. And, right now I feel like people seem to want, something they can understand what it is, but maybe with a little twist.
Yeah.
I sell more filet and crab cakes and salmon, but, we do
Like
it a
the
little
safe
differently.
foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's basic stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I just feel like you can do so much with a piece of salmon or so much with that we can able to change that around and make it seem different, but it's something that you recognize.
I love ordering fish when I'm out because I don't necessarily cook. I love it, but I don't cook it all the time because
Fish is something,
my kids are a little like one day they're going to be like I was missing out.
Yeah.
But so like I love to go out and see like a good fish dish and try it. It's the best.
Yeah, no, and that's what we've always kind of concentrated on. And just the key to that is just getting the freshest fish you can, and not not trying not to do too much to it, but
keep it simple.
Right.
Okay. I remember I was telling them earlier that I used to live with a chef, and I remember she told me, sometimes people when they're making like a steak, for instance, they're putting like 50 seasonings on to make it taste good, and she's like, never do that.
Right.
She's like, salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, and a cast iron skillet, and you're gonna have maybe some fresh herbs.
Right.
I remember her telling me that, and I'm like, okay. So, because you see everyone's buying like all those, you go to the spice area in the store.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Right. And
So simple seems to be.
I mean, as long as the product that you have that you're starting with is good,
It's
you
good
don't
quality.
doesn't need a ton of stuff, but it's nice to do different stuff. I mean,
Okay.
I like spicy food, so a lot of times you have to put a little spice on there.
Yum.
Okay.
But the customer doesn't always, we have something for everybody, and we try to.
For all different tastes.
Certainly nothing offensive.
What's
Okay.
your most popular dish? I think I know, but you tell me.
Well, it's funny. I was just talking about seafood all that time, but I would think maybe short ribs.
I was
which
going to
is
say
something-
that's my favorite meal.
That's
And that-
a very
it's-
popular.
I'm always
So
shocked how
good.
much you sell in the winter, which are just braised. We use a boneless short rib. So it's like a pot roasty kind of thing.
It's delicious.
Amazing. You said it had. There's like a short rib lasagna. Was that one of them?
I didn't say lasagna,
Oh,
but we
but on the tasting menu or one something. I said,
yeah, we have had that. We'll use that short rib and pull that apart and do a lot of different things because it's just
I don't know, or maybe like I don't know, something with pot. I just was looking at some of the menus from the past, maybe, and saw
we
something
probably
like
have had short rib lasagna, like a bolognese, but we make it with the short rib meat.
Sounds amazing.
The scallop dish is really good too.
Scallops, we sell a lot of the salmon with the scallops on top. It's been on there.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. I think it's been on there for 5 years, and I was
Wow.
like, we've got to change it. And I looked at it's still selling.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't change
as
it.
anything. Crab cakes, the salmon with the scallops I have on there, short rib. There's filet. There's certain things I would never get rid of.
They're the staples.
And then we switch in 4 or 5 things, but every night we do at least 3 different entree specials and a couple different appetizers, so we get to change. So people can always come in and find something different. But then they can get their favorite that's on the menu all the time, and then if they want something different,
Can I make a request? Because here's the thing: it's viral, and you do it so well, like no one else. And I know it's not like a dinner kind of meal, but it's the chicken salad. Like your chicken salad is like. It is.
I love a
I'm
chicken
telling you
salad.
guys, it's like nothing you've ever eaten.
So every time we cater, we do a lot of baby showers and stuff. That the chicken salad's always on it. We serve it on a croissant, or we serve it, over
classic.
lettuce or whatever.
What makes yours so special? Can you tell?
Oh,
is there a secret ingredient?
I don't know. It's a variation on the Waldorf, but it has like grapes.
And
And I used to put walnuts in it a lot. Now I always have to ask.
Yeah, people
if,
are-
who's coming. So a lot of times the walnuts get left out, but I love that. I put a little tarragon in there.
that's the key right there.
Yeah, grapes and tarragon, and then it has celery. Sometimes I'll put apples in it. Sometimes I won't. It depends. But it's
love
the
fruit
grapes
in it.
and the
Yeah.
tarragon.
That's how I like it. Just the grapes. I used to make it at your first restaurant, and
I
I
know.
would watch you do it, and then try to recreate it, and it just never.
No, when somebody else makes something for you, it's way better than when you make it
salads of
yourself.
any-
Yes.
Salads are number one.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when Maya comes home after work and she's like, "Oh, I did have all these leftovers." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we still make staff meal every night. So at the end of the shift,
I
that.
love
put
that.
something on
Do you
it.
I
guys
love
eat
that.
together like before? Or
We
is it
don't,
just
not like the
everyone-
bear. We don't eat together. But so afterwards,
How did you know that's where I got that from?
for some reasons we do it at the end of the shift. I think that's when people are they're definitely hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of a shift, and so when we're winding things down, we either have things that didn't sell, or it depends, or I have sometimes I'll make pizzas, sometimes I'll put up chicken fingers, sometimes so it depends. But sometimes it's stuff really good.
Yeah.
That we just couldn't sell
Okay.
for whatever reason, but it'll be fish. And not that it's going bad or anything, but it just said not enough
You wanna-
to
and you
serve
wanna-
the next day.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
turn the page, and I like for the staff to be able to try
Yeah.
It's very
some
cool.
different things.
Well, that's awesome.
Very cool.
All right, Andy. Well, we're getting down to the last couple minutes here, and we like to end our time with our guests with a little rapid fire
Okay.
questions. So I know we have each prepared a couple questions for you. So Dee, why don't you
Oh.
pick it up?
If you could have any one person walk through the door of the cafe, who would it be?
Oh.
Living or dead? Your choice.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Anyone.
okay.
Yeah, anyone.
Well, I don't know. Like I would probably want somebody in the restaurant business. And not that this is going to sound. I mean, like maybe somebody like Bobby Flay. Or somebody like
Wow.
a famous.
Yeah.
That sounds
a famous
great.
chef.
Great. Yes.
Because
Tag him.
I feel like that he'd be a good guy to meet, and would be.
Yeah.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think he'd be fun to have.
I
So
think
it
that's
would be a
great.
positive meeting. Like
Yeah.
looks like he's very diplomatic. He would never be like, "This is
Yeah.
terrible." He would say,
Yeah.
like,
Like
nice,
Gordon Ramsay.
nice things. Yeah, like I don't care. I mean, I would like to meet him. But
Yes.
I don't
Right.
Let's not
know
bring
if I
down our
wanna-
spirits.
I don't know if I want to serve him a meal. Not that I'm not confident, but I feel like that's his brand is to tear everything apart.
That's a great answer. Bobby Flay is great.
Okay, my question is, it's a Saturday night. You're not working. You're going to go out to dinner in Westchester. You can't go to your restaurant. Where are you going to go?
That's a tough one because there is a lot of places, and I am friendly with
Okay.
quite a few.
I don't want to put you on the spot
guys.
then. Or how about this?
But I'll say where I normally go.
Okay, yeah. And tell me
I
what you
normally
order.
hit a few spots. I'll
Okay.
definitely go and maybe have appetizers somewhere, or and maybe just go around. And I don't always have a full dinner. Usually drinking. So
Okay.
a glass of wine or a martini first. That maybe. I love oysters. I think Greystone is a cool place.
Yeah.
The oysters are usually pretty good. I like Avalon. I think they have great appetizers, and that's a great
Place, yeah.
The staff is always pretty cool, and friendly with John.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, I'm always kind of hopping around. Bar wise, I like Ryan's and at 151, which is across the street.
Okay. So you're just like the rest
Okay.
of us.
Yeah,
you like
right.
everything
Yeah.
we like.
Yeah.
Bounce around. That new place, La Scala, I've been there a few times.
Oh.
I don't know. I like the.
We went.
Yeah, we had
I like
sushi.
the
Yeah.
bar is really big. You always see people in there that or
Yeah.
I always
We
do.
had a great lunch. So,
Yeah.
yeah. It's fun to try
It's
new
interesting.
stuff.
So, and there's plenty of new places. There's supposed to be a new place coming in where Iron Hill was. I'm excited
Okay.
for that.
I heard
Yeah.
about that.
McGurk's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
cool
looking
to be
forward to that
support our
because
town.
Iron Hill was one of my, and that's such a corner location that needs
Yeah.
it needs something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Jen?
Okay, so if you could be anything, career-wise or just anything, I know you love what you do, but what would it be? What would it be? Like anything?
Besides what you ordered.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Professional golfer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you kind of are. 'Cause-
Well, I like to play a lot of golf, but I'm nowhere near. I wish, for some reason, I always think every year I'm going to get better, but it is. It's definitely fun to get
Okay.
away for 4 hours.
Okay. Yes.
That's a good one.
yeah, that is a good one.
Does anyone have?
Oh,
another?
I don't. What's one word that your regulars would use to describe Spence? I think we kinda covered
I would
that.
hope. Well, I don't. What I would hope they would say is consistent.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we strive
that's a
for.
good point.
So,
I like it.
but I think they would. I would say good things, but
Yeah.
especially since they're regulars.
Okay.
Right.
They
keep
must
going.
like it.
Right.
What's the best restaurant city in the world that you, or at least that you've been to? You don't.
Well, I've been to Paris,
the
and so I internationally,
Phenomenal.
probably Paris. But I mean, and I love Philadelphia.
Yeah.
No shade on Philadelphia at all, but if everybody goes to New York, like there's so many things going on up there.
There is.
It's crazy. Now, and I haven't spent a lot of time. I was out in California for years ago.
Okay.
That seems great, but I don't have enough to say about
Okay.
that. So I would say Paris and New York.
I love both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be on
Yeah.
my list for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so if you could eat anything, are you like favorite sweet or your favorite salty? Where do you fall?
I love all the bad stuff like hoagies and pizza.
Interesting.
But
I
so
wouldn't have
I'm always
guessed that.
looking for a great hoagie that has the right balance of all the stuff,
Right.
Because I think that's like a sweet and has like hot. You could put hot stuff on there. It
Sure.
has
Yeah.
it's tangy. I'm into that like
Balance of
blend of
flavors.
sweet and
Okay.
hot,
Okay,
yeah.
I like it.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm starving now.
I know.
Well, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
This has been so much
So
fun,
fun.
Andy. We so appreciate you coming.
Well, great. I'm happy to be here.
Everyone, please go visit Spence Cafe
Yeah.
and have some of Andy's delicious food.
Yeah.
We're going.
We
So
are.
we'll plan
Yeah.
a day. We're gonna make a reservation after
Yep.
the show.
Yeah.
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 But
be
thank you
great.
so much for listening.
Thank you.
All righty.